Into order of the Board of Public Works for December 16th. My computer isn't working, it's having it. It's rebelling, it's too long of a meeting. Approval of the minutes for December 2nd, 2025 Board of Public Works meeting.
Motion to approve.
Motion is approved. Second? Second? Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? Motion carried. Citizens' comments?
Yes, there.
Go through. State your name and address.
My name is Josh Colby, and I live at 612 North Ash Avenue here in Marshfield, Wisconsin, 54449.
Okay.
Good evening, members of the board. As I said, my name is Josh, and I'm speaking as part of the Leadership Marshfield cohort working to complete the city's gateway signage. About 20 years ago, a Leadership Marshfield project envisioned 4 Marshfield signs welcoming visitors and residents alike, one for each major entry to the city. 3 were installed on the north, east, and west corridors. However, the south side never received its sign. Our team's proposal is straightforward. Approve the construction of the south side Marshfield welcome sign so we can finish that original community-driven plan. City staff, including the Acting Director of Public Works, Josh Moritz, great name by the way, recently recommended a specific south side location, the island near Wheelers where Central and Maple converge. Other candidate corners like 29th and Central are low-lying with reduced visibility, and a previously reviewed site is now under a contract with a future business. In short, the chosen south entrance offers the most visibility and the lowest added investment into infrastructure. The proposed sign will match the existing 3, brick construction, bold white Marshfield letters, and integrated lighting to highlight the lettering at night. A design that is durable, attractive, consistent with our city's established look. Completing the South Gateway delivers value in a variety of ways. It exemplifies civic pride and identity. It offers a consistent, high-quality welcome at all major entries that say, "You've arrived in Marshfield." Also, a professional gateway is a small but meaningful cue to businesses and prospective residents that Marshfield invests in its image and infrastructure. Our working estimate for the project is about $50,000 for the installation. We received a quote around $44,000 from Stratford Sign Company, and they advised that we'd have $5,000 to $6,000 for any additional costs that may arise. If the project is approved, we will be pursuing grants through Visit Marshfield, previously known as the Convention and Visitors Bureau. CVB had previously funded 2 of the 3 currently constructed signs, evidence of a strong community partnership for this gateway project, something that we wish to continue. Also, we will be working with the Marshfield Area Community Foundation for one of their grants for this project. Lastly, we'll be seeking donations from private businesses to help cover any additional costs not met by the grants. Once installed, the sign will become the property of the City of Marshfield, and we ask that the city will assume responsibility for all maintenance, repair, and operation of the sign, including the electricity needed to light the sign, which is estimated at around $25 a month. In all, I respectfully ask that you approve the construction of the South Side Welcome to Marshfield sign so we can finish the original 4-sign vision with the most visible, cost-sensible option. Thank you for your time and for helping us bring this community project across the finish line.
Thank you for your input. Any other citizens' comments? Any other citizens? Now we'll move on to number 4, request from leadership of Marshfield to install Welcome to Marshfield sign on South Central Avenue, presented by Josh Marwitz, our acting public works.
Thank you. So that was a great introduction, Josh. Thank you for that. So the item on the agenda is to approve basically what Josh had presented. It's to add the 4th welcome sign that has been the goal all along, is to have the 4th sign installed. As Josh said, he met with some city staff to review locations, and we identified the island at the intersection of Central and Maple as the best location. So according to Municipal Code 2403A3, a permanent community information sign must be approved by the Board of Public Works. The Leadership Marshfield Group is requesting the board approve the sign installation on public property. Once installed, the sign would become the property of the city of Marshfield. The city will assume responsibility for all maintenance, repair, and operation of the sign, including the electricity needed to light the sign. The recommendation is to approve the sign location on public property as presented, and additionally approve the donation request.
Derek, is that a motion? Motion by Derek. Second by Natasha. Any discussion? Tasha?
Has there been any thought into doing solar-powered LEDs so that you don't have to do the utility hookups and then also pay for the electricity every month?
Not by city staff. I'm not sure if the leadership team has looked into that.
I don't know. It might be cheaper. I don't know. You might, because I just know utility hookups you have to pay to get the line brought to the thing.
Putting it on that particular wedge of land, is that going to impede any visibility going to that stop sign that's in between?
We looked specifically at as if you were coming out facing Central Avenue, and there doesn't appear to be any visibility issues there. We're still trying to really lock down exactly where that sign would fit on that island. So that is one of the things we're looking at. Basically, any angle you come up to that island, that to be determined.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carried. Number 5, review sanitary sewer lateral incentive program presented by Mark Levy, wastewater superintendent. Mark?
Good evening. Infiltration and inflow are terms used to describe excessive amounts of water getting into a sanitary sewer system. This additional flow occurs especially during rain events and springtime snowmelt. II can overwhelm a sewer system's capacity and cause high flow problems at the treatment plant. Cracks and unsealed joints in sewer pipes are often the route of entry. This occurs both in city-owned sewer mains and in privately owned sewer laterals. Replacement or rehabilitation of these defective pipes is required to minimize II. The city rehabilitates defective public sewer mains as the budget allows. It's also important to encourage property owners to replace lateral pipes on the private side. Effective laterals that allow infiltration often aren't causing problems for the property owner, making it difficult to convince them of replacement. To promote full lateral replacement, an incentive was approved by the council back in 2010 to waive special assessment cost of lateral replacement under the street right-of-way when property owners replace the rest of their lateral from the right-of-way to the foundation of the home. Participation increased initially, but later declined. A $500 reimbursement added in 2014 renewed this interest. In 2019, the reimbursement was increased to $1,000 with an additional $500 for unusually long or deep laterals. Although these adjustments help, the number of replacements has decreased again in recent years, suggesting the current incentive no longer offsets rising construction costs. The reimbursement program is funded entirely from the wastewater utilities 601 account, not the general tax levy. For 2026, $70,000 is budgeted for this, sufficient to cover up to approximately 46 reimbursements at the new $1,500 proposed rate. Average annual participation is about 35 properties. Staff recommends approval to increase lateral replacement reimbursement from $1,000 to $1,500 beginning in 2026, including an additional $500 for laterals that are greater than 90 feet in length or 12 feet in depth. This adjustment is expected to improve participation and help to improve or reduce II impacts on the sewer system.
Motion.
We have a motion to a second. Second from Derek. Any discussion? Natasha?
Thanks, Mark. I like how you're using human psychology to incentivize people. I'm wondering, when they call the plumber, do you have any idea what it would cost right now for a homeowner to do that sort of replacement or do the slip lining?
It all
Say
depends.
an average. I know.
Yeah. I know it's hard to, because every situation's so different. In the neighborhood of $3,000 to probably $9,000. So the incentive, even the new rate, would cover maybe approximately a third of the cost. So that's just a guess. That's a rough
Right.
ballpark.
Do you feel like a $2,000 incentive would work better?
Yeah, the ones that do have deeper laterals that are more expensive, that's why we have that additional $500 add-on. So, I mean,
Do you want to, maybe if you find that people aren't really biting this year, maybe you can bring it back to us and we can, if you feel like your budget has the room to increase the
no, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Derek?
Thank you. I had a couple questions. First one was going to be, how do we go about doing these projects, right? So it says replacement or rehabilitation of these defective pipes is required to minimize I&I. How are we, do we have kind of like a running list of areas that we want to tackle this? Is it, kind of subjective to where we're doing other road work? I was just kind of curious, how do we get to that number of homes? If we budgeted for potentially 46, do we have 46 locations that could theoretically say yes?
It's a lot of times based on the pipe material. Anything other than PVC pipe is considered a potential leaking problem and is offered the incentive. If we'd find a perfectly shaped PVC pipe, the incentive wouldn't take place and there'd be no reason to replace it. But any kind of vitrified clay or any other type of pipe would be offered the incentive. And especially during street rehabilitation projects, those property owners are contacted, each and every one, to offer this incentive. The main goal here is to avoid patches in the road in the future, to know ahead of time what defects are existing under a road surface and getting those replaced and fixed, if at all possible, ahead of time.
Right, and I was thinking more along the lines of like, is this tied into other road projects that we have going on? Like, are we doing this at the same time that we're doing other work, kind of what we've done with other public works projects? Or is this like a whole separate initiative?
In large part, it's coupled together with road projects. This incentive letter is sent out to every person on a mill-in-place, asphalt overlay, or complete reconstruction for the following year. In fact, I believe those letters go out within a month from now.
Okay, roger that. That's kind of what I've thought, and I was just concerned that people probably feel like they're getting hit left and right when we're doing other projects. And it's like, also, we should look at doing this. And I'm sure that may impede some people from wanting to buy in. But I think having that, explaining that why to them, like, hey, this is the best time to do this would be good. I was actually going to comment on the cost. I know Natasha kind of went the other direction with it. I was going to ask, are we putting ourselves into a tough situation? I think the right idea is raising it to try to get more people to buy in. I just don't know, I guess, how the letters are written and how these incentives are presented to people. That are we going to get to a point where if construction costs drop and we could lower this rate, we can no longer lower it because people are going to be like, well, my neighbor got $1,500. And so I was just kind of curious if we've, I doubt we're going to be in a situation to drop this, but how is our documentation covered? Are we in a position where it could say, something generically, with rising construction costs, we're offering this much. So that way, if we decide to drop it in the future, we're okay.
I believe it could be changed by the council at any point in time. There's nothing in ordinance or code. This is just a request for the following year's construction projects and replacements to offer this incentive.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark.
Anybody else? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome to request to approve the R/W plot and relocation order for West Fifth Street reconstruction project presented by Josh.
Thank you. In 2022, the city of Marshfield was awarded an STP urban grant from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation for the reconstruction of Fifth Street from Oak Avenue to Chestnut Avenue. We've talked about this project several times from this body. This project requires temporary easements for grading and blending in with the adjacent properties. Due to federal funds being used on the project, the real estate acquisition process must follow WSDOT requirements, which include preparation of a right-of-way plat and a relocation order resolution to initiate the real estate acquisition process. And if you recall, the previous meeting, you approved contracting with Becker Hoppy, I believe it was, for real estate acquisition on Fifth Street. So to continue this process, this attached to your packet is the right-of-way plat and a relocation order. The plat shows the land interests required for the project, which are temporary limited easements for grading purposes. And the relocation order serves as the instrument that initiates the Common Council's intent to acquire the property. So the recommendation is to approve the right-of-way plat and relocation order and refer to the Common Council for consideration. Further, authorize the acting Public Works Director to sign the right-of-way plat on behalf of the city.
I move to approve in order for the right-of-way plat and the relocation.
A motion, do I have a second? Second? Any discussion? No discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carried. 7, request to approve proposal for real estate acquisition services from Terra Venture Advisors for the Vine Avenue and 4th Street reconstruction project presented by Josh.
Thank you. So this again is exactly parallel to what we just talked about on Fifth Street at the last meeting. We packaged this, we sent out an RFP packaged a little bit differently. Fifth Street was kind of a standalone. This contract, we looked at lumping both Vine Avenue projects and the 4th Street project all as one real estate package, being that all 3 projects overlap at 4th and Vine. There'll just be some economies of efficiencies there. Combined, the projects involve approximately 120 parcels requiring temporary limited easements to accommodate roadways, sidewalk, and utility improvements. Again, the acquisition process has to follow federal standards and be completed by negotiators and appraisers approved by Wisconsin DOT. The cost of acquisition services, as well as the cost of the property interests, are funded 100% by the city. So we sent out the RFP to 10 qualified real estate consultants listed on the approved roster, and we posted it publicly. Proposals were due December 4th. We received a total of 5 proposals. Staff committee consisting of acting Public Works Director, acting City Engineer, and Civil Engineer 2 reviewed the proposals and ranked Terra Ventures Advisors of Eau Claire as the first choice. The selection was based primarily on qualifications, but cost was also a consideration. And you can see in your packet the rankings of the 5. And Terra Venture Advisors of Eau Claire's proposal was $151,800. Becker Hoppy's was $202,000. MSA out of Marshfield was $227,300. Streetland out of Wausau was $182,280, and HDR Engineering out of Madison was $408,946. Recommendation is to approve the proposal from Terra Venture Advisors of Eau Claire for real estate acquisition services for the Vine Avenue and 4th Street reconstruction projects and authorize execution of the agreement.
Have a motion?
Motion.
Have a motion, do I have a second? Natasha? Any discussion? Natasha?
This is just a comment, and it's related to the comment that I made last meeting about how expensive this is. And I'm assuming this is all coming out of our CIP, so we're borrowing this money and then paying interest, which is also crazy. I did reach out to one of our federal representatives and just said, can you please have whatever committee looks at these rules, see if it was possible to maybe take away some of this red tape. I think right now we have a government that does want more efficiency, so maybe this would be something that would appeal to them. But my comment is, I wonder if we could also do that with the leverage of the League of Municipalities and see if maybe they could speak for the entire state and say, this is really expensive, and if people can do it in-house, why don't you let them do it in-house?
Thank you. I can reach out to them as well. And conversation going.
Any,
Can you mute your mic? It's causing feedback.
who? Any other discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Heated. Motion carried. Request to approve CSM and Resolution 2538 regarding dedication of the right-of-way for East 21st Street, 22nd Street, presented by Josh Marwood.
So this came up a little while back. We amended the official map a few months ago. The attached CSM is located in the Norwood Park subdivision. It's been submitted to the city for review. 22nd Street, located east of Nikolai Avenue, was indicated as 60-foot reserved for future roadway on a previous certified survey map recorded in 2000. In June of this year, the Common Council approved adding this segment of 22nd Street to the city's official map as proposed future right-of-way. So this CSM was then submitted showing that to accomplish what the CSM wanted to do parcel-wise, but one of the requirements, once it's on the official street map, is that the dedication of public right-of-way is required. So the CSM identifies the north 30 feet of future 22nd Street, as well as the south 30 feet of future 22nd Street to be dedicated as right-of-way, as indicated on the CSM. The Plan Commission will review this request later tonight. Ultimately, the Plan Commission's comments will be shared with Council for their consideration. And there's a resolution attached to your packet that would acknowledges the city's approval of the CSM and dedication of right-of-way. So my recommendation is to approve the CSM and dedication of right-of-way contingent upon positive feedback from the Plan Commission and refer Resolution 2025-38 to the Common Council for consideration.
At your pleasure. Motion by
Andrew.
Andrew.
I'll second.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carried. Request for a proposal for construction manager for the police department project presented by Josh. You're a busy man.
So in 2023, the city of Marshfield received a donation of the building located at 2504 South Central Avenue, known as the Wildwood Plaza Building or the Buffalo Building. A project to renovate the building for use as a new police department was placed in the 2025 and 2026 CIP. Earlier this year, BKV Group was hired to perform schematic design and design development and to prepare construction documents. At this point, BKV has completed the schematic design phase and has begun design development. Now, it's common with projects of this size and scope to onboard a construction manager to team with the architect, starting at the design development phase. The construction manager method of product delivery was used successfully on 3 past city projects or recent city projects, the fire station, the library community center project, and Vandehey Waters Aquatic Center. The timing of bringing someone on board during the design development phase provides the best chance of maximizing the efforts of value engineering and fine-tuning the design. As refinements are made, the construction manager can provide up-to-date cost estimates along the way and develop a guaranteed maximum price, which includes open bids, the construction manager fee, contingencies, et cetera. At this time, the design phase has been paused with BKV to allow time to bring a construction manager on board. And so I sent an RFP out later yesterday. It's been prepared for council's review and consideration. Staff feels the RFP provides an appropriate time frame that allows for a proper search to ensure we are getting a quality construction manager. Recommendation is to approve the RFP for construction manager services for Wildwood Plaza renovation for the new police department project and authorize staff to solicit proposals.
What's your pleasure? Motion?
Move to
Second?
approve.
Derek? Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Say
Aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carried. Number 10, recommended items for future agendas. Seeing none, we're open for adjournment. Motion to adjourn, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Aye.
Aye.